Hi guys, you're pain in the ass, probably useless video guy. But update. Today's September 9th. I went up to Toronto yesterday to drop my boxes off at LBC Express. I used the one in Scarborough up in Toronto. Very great place, very helpful guys, but nothing went as planned and nothing to do with LBC. First off, for you people, if you ever see this, to have to drive in Toronto, you're crazy. You're plain and simply nuts. The trip was fine all the way up to just north of the Toronto Pearson Airport. But this is for anybody that has questioned whether they can go from the US and take their boxes up and ship them out of Canada. Yes. I went up yesterday, had absolutely no trouble with Border Patrol. Actually, I met a couple of nice guys up there. Very nice. No big deal at all. Just answered their questions. Um, he basically asked me what I was doing. I told him I was taking boxes up to LBC to ship them to the Philippines. He asked me to roll the back window down. He opened the top of one box and goes, "Yep, looks like household stuff," just like I told him. So we talked a little bit after that. It was really quiet at the border. So away I went. Everything was good until I got north of Pearson Airport in Toronto. And let's just say traffic is crazy. You can literally go from 80 miles an hour to a dead stop in 1,000 feet. Now, I have a 2009 Tahoe. It is not designed to do that. But if you hold back and leave a gap for braking, somebody just cuts in front of you. They do not care. You have to not think about safety up there, and it's to survive. I don't know how many times I thought I was in a car wreck. But back to the point. I went up there, said 3.5 hours from my house. So I allotted for like 8 hours. I allotted the whole day. But I was supposed to be back. I thought I'd be back for my nephew's birthday party at 5. I left at 7. So 8 hours turned into 13 hours. Now, first problem. I got about 10 miles into Canada. Couple miles in, I knew my phone service was still working because I talked to my girl. And I got up through there and I streamed music. That all went out. But Google Maps was still working. So I thought. So I just continued. I got up north of Toronto and Google Maps decided it was going to send me back down 403 West. But I was supposed to be on 403 East. It wanted me to do loops. Well, by the time I realized what was going on, I was about 10 miles off course. So I got turned around. And another note, McDonald's, at least up there, the one I stopped at, does not have Wi Fi at all. So there's no free Wi Fi. So I went, Filipino girl in McDonald's sent me over to the drugstore, which she told me she thought they had, prepaid SIM cards. They didn't. So I went to, I think they called it Rogers. I think that's their name of their one main cell company up there. So the girl was getting ready to ring me up. You got to have a Canadian address. So the gentleman I was talking to says, just use mine. He says, just don't send me a bill. So she did that and went in there to put in my debit card information. And the United States does not even show up anymore for her to do billing on. All because our two governments are having a pissing match, which is stupid. Because Americans and Canadians, we get along just fine. Our governments are fighting and having a pissy fit. I don't get it. It's not hurting them, it's hurting us. So I didn't get it to work, but she was nice enough, let me on her Wi-Fi. I have T-Lo, and I knew I seen international roaming on there. If you happen to have T-Lo, before you leave to go out of the country, anywhere, set up your international calling. All you have to do is attach a card. I uploaded $20 to it, and I had data for the rest of the trip. It took about 15 minutes for it to kick in, but it was all good after that, and it was cheap. I listened to music and my GPS all the way back to the Canadian border with the roaming, and it cost me, I think, 23 cents. So it's very cheap. But everything went very well. I used the LBC Express in Scarborough. And I went there because I seen a few reviews that said they were very helpful. And everybody was Filipino there. There was the boss, and there was 3 workers there. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. Helped me fill out the paperwork and everything. They even taped my boxes up for me. I think he charged me like $20 for his guy to tape up 3 boxes for me. And that was $20 Canadian. So it's like $15 US. It was worth it. And they have the good heavy duty tape. They checked my boxes and they said they were more than heavy duty enough, which I got at Staples just in case somebody is looking, because we cannot find those boxes around here. Now, I had the choice to go to Canada, risk not getting over the border, or New York City. And I refused to go to New York City. So I took the chance. I went up there. So if anybody, is willing to make the drive to Toronto, don't worry about border crossing with it. Just don't tape your boxes shut in case they want to, kind of look a little bit. They're not looking for anything important. They just want to make sure you ain't got a goddamn bomb or something. It's all common sense. So it's very easy. I had no issues at all. My biggest issue was losing cell service, so I didn't have my GPS. I had a good idea how to get to Toronto, but once I got up there, I wasn't sure what road to get off or anything. So I needed it. And coming back, I turned my phone off because I used the battery up so far. My phone charger wasn't keeping up with usage. And I missed a turn coming back and ended up about 40 miles west. If I wouldn't have realized it, I would have ended up in Detroit, which I've been there before. It's a nice drive. I just didn't want to do the extra 3 hours. But my aggravation and my problems, you may not even encounter. So to any of you guys out there that are holding you back, being able to send stuff because you're worried whether or not you take it over the border or where to ship it from, I did it. You can have them come pick it up for you. It cost extra. I shipped 2 20 by 20 by 20 boxes right full. One of them was heavy. I could barely pick it up. And another box that was 10 by 10 by 48 inches long. I had fishing rods in it. I packed clothes around them so the fishing rods were safe. I had 350 Canadian, and it was 256 American. I know I priced just to ship one 20 by 20 by 20 box UPS to the Philippines at the same location. It was $1,300. $1,300. I shipped all 3 of the boxes for what? A third of that? Less than a third. So don't let this hold you back, guys. If you want to get out of the U.S., and I'll say particularly New York, I call it Little California because it's getting so you can't even afford to do anything here. And our governor wants us to go all electric for heating, but our electric goes out in the winter quite often, so we're going to freeze to death. Well, not me, because I'm leaving the 29th of October. I'm hoping it doesn't snow before then, but it doesn't look good. So, if you guys have any questions about what happened or anything, how I went about it, just leave me a message. I read the messages, not like I get many. And another thing, I didn't think anybody even watched this, but I've got a few views. Could you guys give me a like, maybe subscribe? I don't know. It made me feel like this is worth doing it. I was very unsure about doing it to begin with. Alan, he'll know what I'm talking about. But I decided to give it a shot. And I don't see too many videos on people's experiences getting their stuff to LBC. They're planning ahead of time. I got 6 straight months of just selling stuff. Technically a year, because I started right after I come back the end of last September from Hong Kong, because I knew I was going. So it takes time. I got to the point I got frustrated with Facebook Marketplace because there's a bunch of idiots out there. I had my boat listed, everything, year, make, model, everything I could describe on it. And I had 5 people message me and say, "What year is the boat?" And I got to the point of ignoring it. I started being a dick. And I asked them, "Did you read the damn thing at all or just look at the pictures?" So it's a process. It's not easy, but I think it's going to be all worth it. So, like I said, you guys got any questions on LBC or anything? I highly recommend the Scarborough location up there. If anybody wants their address, it's on Google. There is 2 up there. One of them, I read the reviews that they're kind of snooty and snobby. But the place I went to that's got best reviews on Google Maps was the one I went to. I highly recommend. Very good guys. And pricing, you can't beat their pricing. I'm out. I'll think of something else for the next one. Hopefully I get some likes and shares, subscribe, whatever all that stuff is. Have a good night.